on the brakes into turn 4.
What an important mistake that could be. Rossi now closes up on Marquez. This is going to be very, very fierce indeed after the war of words on Thursday night. Pedrosa, Lorenzo, Marquez, Rossi closes up as they come into turn 9. 17 and a half laps to go. What a race already unfolding.
Lorenzo was half a second inside of Marc Marquez's race lap record set last year on the second lap of this Malaysian Grand Prix, and Lorenzo now in second place. He took full advantage of that mistake by Marquez up at turn number 4. We're back on board with Marquez through turn number 12. There is Valentino Rossi then trying to find his way through. It's Danny Pedrosa that's in control though of this Sepang race. Pedrosa's advantage over Lorenzo is up to almost 1 second. Marquez is a further half a second back.
Here comes Rossi, we ride with him. Marquez in front of him. I don't think he is quite close enough on the brakes. They come even. Valentino Rossi can't get up the inside of Marquez as they come into turn 15. This is the way Lorenzo slipped down on sudden. Rossi almost up the inside of Marquez as they accelerate up towards turn 1. 17 laps to go.
Marc Marquez talked yesterday about problems he was having with front end grip, and there he was in hot at turn number 15. He's having real issues stopping that factory Honda on a full fuel load in the early part of this Malaysian Grand Prix. That's giving Jorge Lorenzo a chance to pull away in second place. It gave Lorenzo the chance to take second place on the last lap at turn number 4. So Marquez having a few issues on the brakes with that front tyre. Great chance now. Can Rossi pounce up at turn number 4? He's certainly close enough to move up the inside. Rossi takes third place. He's up the inside of Marquez. Rossi makes it stick. Rossi back up into third. Marquez tries to squirt it back through 5. Rossi's got the inside line. Rossi third.
Marquez will fight back. Rossi up into third place through 5 and now coming through turn 6. Marquez very close through 6. 7 and 8 coming up. One of the favourite overtaking places about to arrive. It's turn 9 and Marquez closing up on Rossi. Round 8 they come. Little short straight. 9 approaches.
When was the last time we saw Marc Marquez going backwards in a MotoGP race? It's Danny Pedrosa, his teammate, that still holds an 0.8 of a second advantage over Jorge Lorenzo. There was Rossi, a little bit slow coming out of turn 9. He's under pressure from Marquez, but Marquez is having pretty major front-end grip issues in the early part of this race. He's already succumbed to Lorenzo and to Rossi at turn number 4.
There is Marquez, there is Rossi. We've ridden with both of them safely through now, 12 and 13. Again, Marquez closes up. Has he got the power as they come through 14? They accelerate down this back straight, as I say, well over 200 miles an hour on the brakes. We ride with Marquez. I have a feeling after what has gone on this week, he will give absolutely everything to beat Rossi. They get into 15, not able to do so. He is having his problems. Can he get the power up as he comes up the inside? Side by side they come. Rossi should have the advantage as they go up towards turn 1.
Will Marquez be able to use the grunt and the power of that factory Honda down in the braking zone for the first corner? Marquez moves to the inside line. Marquez is going to make the move on Valentino Rossi. Rossi tries to cut it back to the inside. Rossi's back through. Brilliant from the Italian. This is the dogfight the world was waiting for between Valentino Rossi and Marc Marquez. We've got it here in Malaysia.
We've got it. Big, big style. The talking stopped now. They're talking out on the track. We ride with Valentino Rossi. Up they come towards turn 4. Here comes Marquez. Here comes Marquez.
It was personal off the track on Thursday. It's personal on the track on Sunday here in Sepang. Rossi fights straight back through turn number 5. Brave move by the 36-year-old. Marquez squeezes Rossi out again. This is brilliant. Epic battle between the old warhorse and the new master.
Oh, what a race for third place. Marquez back into third place. Through 7 and 8 they come. Rossi may line him up at turn 9. He's got to get a little bit closer than that. Here they come up towards turn 9. Here goes Rossi on the brakes.
This is Rossi's favourite overtaking point on the Grand Prix calendar. Brilliantly up the inside of Marquez. Marc Marquez says take it straight back at turn number 10. Will Rossi cut back to the inside at turn number 11? You bet he will. Rossi up the inside. This is unbelievable action. Big moment for Rossi on the front, and he lost the front of that Yamaha. Left foot off the footrest. Marquez back through.
Crowd are going completely and utterly crazy. I'm sure you are back at home. This is the battle we wanted after everything that's happened this weekend, and we are getting it. Marquez third, just down towards turn 50. Pedrosa still leads the way from Lorenzo.
This is more about World Championship points. This is about personal pride between Marc Marquez and Valentino Rossi. This is a raging battle for third place. While these two are having this unbelievable dogfight for third, this is giving Dani Pedrosa and Jorge Lorenzo the perfect chance to break away. In fact, that gap now between Lorenzo and Marc Marquez, it's up to over 2 seconds. Pedrosa and Lorenzo lapping in the low 2:01s, Marquez and Rossi in the low 2:02s. While they're having this fight, they're a second slower than the two in front. This was how close it got. Oh, Rossi was leading on Marquez up through that turn 10. You are not going to get any closer between two of the fastest men in the world, two of the biggest rivals now in the world.
Unbelievable stuff between Valentino Rossi and Marc Marquez. And
That was the moment.
That was the moment for Rossi. We're back to live, and Rossi again right on the rear wheel of the Honda. Pedrosa has that big advantage at the front from Lorenzo. First and second, a big advantage is 7/10 of a second. We ride with Marquez. Rossi is coming once again. Rossi lines him up. Here comes Valentino Rossi, and he's moved back into third place.
Brilliant by Rossi. He almost took Marc Marquez's knee. Rossi's foot off the foot peg yet again. I think Rossi's saying, like, don't let's have this tussle. We've got the pace to catch up with Jorge Lorenzo. This is turning out to be one of the scraps of the century.
Well, Marc Marquez is saying back to him, you should have said all those things on Thursday night if you didn't want to scrap like this, old chap.
Well, we said it was personal off the track. It is definitely personal on the track now. Valentino Rossi, he knows while he's having this great fight with Marc Marquez, Jorge Lorenzo's clearing off to a relatively comfortable second place. Crucial World Championship points at stake. Marquez is going to cut it tight through turn number 14. Rossi can't grab the inside line. Marquez back into third place. There was 52 overtakes last weekend between the top four. How many overtakes have we already seen in the first 6 laps between Marc Marquez and Valentino Rossi in this dramatic Malaysian Grand Prix?
It makes the Rossi-Max Biaggi fights look like a vicar's tea party because this is war between two guys that have fallen out big time. As Matt said, there's a lot more at stake than World Championship points. Of course, they're important. We better keep an eye at the front as well on Jorge Lorenzo, closing up on Dani Pedrosa. This is a war for third place on a racetrack at over 200 miles an hour.
Pick a fight with Marc Marquez at your peril. That's what Valentino Rossi did in the pre-event press conference. Some of the harshest comments we've ever heard from the 9 times world champion aimed at Marc Marquez. No way through for Rossi this time up at turn number 4. Jorge Lorenzo now is 2.7 seconds clear of this battle. Lorenzo still trying to put pressure on Dani Pedrosa, who's still leading by 0.6 of a second through 5. Back with this epic, this intriguing, this exhilarating battle between Marquez and Rossi.
Here comes Rossi once again. 4 points it is in the World Championship, but this could well change. Take a breath, open your eyes. This is the battle of the season. This is personal. Pedrosa and Lorenzo. Here goes Rossi on the brakes again. Even Valentino Rossi, and he runs it a little bit wide. Even Rossi couldn't get up the inside of Marquez, but he closes once again as they come through the first turn 10. And Rossi gets up the inside, and Rossi is back into third place. What can Marquez do? Side by side they come.
Oh, Marquez thought about riding around the outside of Rossi at turn 12, brave in the extreme. That would have been. He rides around the outside of him at turn 13. Instead, he absolutely mugs Rossi on the outside. Rossi looks really close.
Marquez is gone.
Rossi was. Well, you've got to say, Valentino Rossi looks over his left shoulder. He slowed right down in turn number 14. There was contact between Marquez, a shake of the head from Marc Marquez, and you feel with some justification.
Oh, wow. There's going to be repercussions from that incident, I can promise you. Let's have a look at it again, Matt.
Yeah, Marquez, well, he got pretty close there. Rossi had the line through 12, and then Marquez audaciously, brilliantly rode around the outside of Rossi through turn number 13. Now this isn't through turn 14, coming up to the back straight. Rossi was wide. Well, Valentino Rossi's run Marc Marquez out to the edge of the track there. Marquez is coming back into the pits. As Nick quite rightly says, This race is only just one part of the story of the Malaysian Grand Prix. What is going to happen in race control after this race? Because this is not over by any stretch of the imagination.
Dylan, put your tin hat on. It's coming back in.
Yeah, I'm just down here trying to see the reaction. Obviously, the team fuming.
Right, Marquez back in. Pedrosa, Lorenzo, Rossi. Marc Marquez crosses out after an incident with Valentino Rossi and goes straight to the back.